Miners Cup, a big one back at home this year. Michigan Tech coming to the Superior Dome. Your thoughts going on into the matchup and just kind of the history around it.
Yeah, well, obviously an exciting week, an exciting opportunity. I think our guys really look forward to this. I think there's a lot of hype around it from the outside, and that's gaining a lot of attention. And it's a great balancing act that we have to do in order to make sure that our guys understand how important it is and not overinflate, just one opponent in one game. We've got to make sure that we understand that our habits and what we need to take out of Davenport and really the first 6 weeks up to this point to make sure that we're working on those things to make sure that we're still in the process of getting better and improving. I look back at the history here last night again, and it's interesting. A lot of these games have been extremely close. Northern has been on the downside, obviously, for the last quite a few years, and I think that's just it's a great example of just the two teams really playing very competitive football against each other and knowing the importance of this game and taking it very serious. And so I have no doubt that our guys will take it real serious and we'll know the importance of it. And I think there's a great opportunity there to have a lot of success this weekend.
What's your message to the team? You played in this game, you're coaching in this game. So obviously preparation's a lot different for you from when you played back in the 90s, but what is your message to this team, being a player and now the coach?
Yeah, I think what it is our guys have to stay focused on what we can get better at, and then just not get too mentally, emotionally, worked up in the moment. We can't be scared to make mistakes. We can't be scared to think that we need to go out there and this is the only thing that matters. I think when you do that, you start to play too tense. You start to build something up that's just kind of you don't play freely. You don't play your best. You don't get into the flow of really being excited and energized about what you're doing. And one of the things that we did last week, I don't even know if I mentioned the word Davenport one time as we worked into Davenport game, right? And our guys just naturally went out there and played freely, and I think that really kept us in the game, and there's a lot of executional things that we could have done better that could have helped the cause, but just from the competitive spirit and just the natural ability to play well and free, I think that helped us out. And so you've just got to be able to have a great balance in your coaching message in terms of, how much do you talk about Michigan Tech? How much do you talk about the rivalry? How much do you talk about how important this is versus making sure that 18 to 23-year-old guys are in the very best brain space and emotional state that they can be in to be able to perform their best.
I know you didn't mention Davenport a lot last week because you were working on yourself and making sure you improved from Ferris to Davenport. How pleased were you with that defense, especially in that first half? 3 takeaways the first half, keeping your guys in that game.
For sure. Thought they came up with some big plays in really critical moments, and times where you felt like Davenport really probably could have punched it in and, changed the game a little bit more, and yet we were able to change the game and give ourselves a chance to, still be in the game and still be in the fight. And to be able to go into really the fourth quarter and have it still be a dogfight and really a one-score, game at a certain point there, I thought it was really good for our guys to be able to hang on and keep battling and see what we're capable of. And I think that's been a little bit of a message this year is our potential is good, and potential obviously doesn't win you any games, you can see that. But if we can put it all together, if we can, continue to work and build in that way, we're capable of playing really good football. And, we just need to be able to do it for 4 quarters and it be our best all the time and have it be more consistent.
After losing Valenti last week, who do you prepare looking forward, and how do you minimize the nerves going into this big game?
Yep, Aiden Horde will get the start, and he's a true freshman, and he's going to be the guy that we go with here going into this game. And I don't know the answer to that in terms of calming him down, but it really is. It's how we talk to him. It's how we communicate to him. It's kind of going back to what I said earlier. you got to be able to know how much pressure you put on them and how you send that message. And we actually had a staff meeting and talked very specifically about that and making sure that not only to him, but just our coaching messages matter, and they matter over time. And you know, we got to be the ones that are very intentional about what we're saying, how we're saying it, and the tone and the angle. They do matter. And so Aiden, he's a very mature kid for his age and for the lack of experience that he has, and yet there's going to be a lot of situations that he hasn't been in, and so we've got to try to just speed his maturity level up a little bit quicker than normal.
I know you guys are always looking at film from the team that you're playing this weekend, and they start off 3-0, lost the last two. What are some of the things that you've seen different the last couple of weeks with that team up there?
Yeah, I think you know, they get into GLIAC play, and you know, the GLIAC is just different, right? And it's a great conference, and there's great competition, and I think that's part of it. You know, I think what it is too is I think they have some young players at certain positions, and you know, as do we. And I'm speaking from experience. You have maybe a situation with your depth and your youth, and you start to you have to maneuver players, and you have to manage your roster, and it gets to be difficult when you go mid-year, really for any college football team. You start to hit a little bit of the injury bug, and you know, you just might have some guys that you have to shift around and things like that. And you know, guys might have to start taking a lot more reps than maybe what they should be, because maybe you don't have a good rotation or what have you. And just a lot of different things like that could also be an impact. And so, no, I think they've done a great job. You know, they've obviously hit the last two that haven't gone in their favor, but you know, we really respect what they've done so far. And I mean, they're going to be ready for us, no doubt about it. And so we've got to be at our best here for Saturday night in order for it to go well.